This is video 2, the top 5 ways that people use ACV, and I recommend it in my practice for our clients and patients and in my wellness cleanse. Number 1 is to drink it. And so some people are like, oh my God, it tastes so gross. Oh my God. And so I have a little recipe and a formula here that you can do to spice it up a little bit, literally, and then make it more flavorful so that you enjoy it. And then make it more productive too, so throughout the day you don't have to make it over and over and over again, right? Okay, so this is what mine looks like. This is the condensed version of it. And so I'm gonna show you exactly what to do. I don't have my blender or anything out here, but this is what it looks like, and then I water it down. So this is my probably about 2 days worth. You can make a bigger, or you can make multiple mason jars worth. But to drink it, that's the recipe. 1 to 2 teaspoons, 8 to 16 ounces of clean filtered water. I use the Berkey to do that. You don't have to go buy a bunch of plastic water bottles at the store. That's a separate video. You could go to my website, read all about what I recommend for clean water. A 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon, or a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne, or you can do a 1/4 teaspoon of each to flavor it up and have a sweet and sour kind of a spicy drink. Half of the juice of a lemon, so squeeze that in there, and then you also have some stevia options. So one of the girls just posted about adding some different flavors of stevia to it. So there's all different kinds of flavors of stevia out there. There's like coconut, and there's hazelnut, and then there's like vanilla. So whatever you guys want to add to it, spice it up. If you have a blender, you could use whatever blender you want. If you have a Vitamix, if you have a Blendtec, and you don't want to use the sweet ones, but this is all that I had left to show you guys. You don't want to use the sweet ones, it's going to taste funky. You do want the more sour regular lemons, not the sweet ones. It's going to destroy this flavor. So you just do those lemons. I just take and peel those suckers. I put it in the blender. And then I add to it a few tablespoons of, so you just basically multiply this out and put it and make it in a large batch. So if you want to do that, multiply all these out by 4 or 10 or whatever. Is pharmaceuticals companies love to make money on Mother Nature's already existing remedies. And so cinnamon is basically diabetic medication, anti-diabetic medication. And they've done studies on this, and you could actually reverse diabetes with things like cinnamon for $50 a year instead of spending like $3,000 a year on medications. This is how people have gotten off of their diabetic medications too. So that's another huge thing for you guys. Cholesterol, diabetes, blood pressure, acid blocking medications, you name it. I mean, this is like a wonder drug. And in fact, I'll talk about that in the last video, how long this has been around for. Number 2, you can put it in a salad dressing. So just take oil and apple cider vinegar and whatever herbs and salt and pepper, and then it's on your salad dressing. Helps you digest your food better. 3, you can use it as a mask, a toner, a shampoo, like for dandruff, a wart remover, help alleviate and calm the sunburn. Indian healing clay, the Aztec secret. This is actually another video that I have that you might want. I'll link below for my YouTube channel that you can watch. And it's just basically half this and half this. And you stir them together and it becomes this extraordinarily exfoliating mask, and it pulls all the impurities out of your pores, like blackheads and whiteheads and all kinds of dry skin and stuff. Your skin's gonna look pretty red after about 15 minutes of that being slathered on your face, but just it'll go down in like 30 to 45 minutes. Just don't have a photo shoot immediately thereafter. Depending on your sensitivity to the apple cider vinegar, you can do 1-to-1 ratio or 1-to-4 ratio with all these different mixtures. So for me with my shampoo, I'll take a little bottle like this and I'll do like either a 1/4 of apple cider vinegar or a 1/2 of apple cider vinegar to the other amounts being filled with water. And then what I do is I just put that on after my shampoo and before the conditioner, and I don't have flaky scalp anymore. If you've got any kind of bug bites or warts or anything that you want to remove or have gone or go down overnight, you grab a Band-Aid and you take the little white part in the middle and you put some apple cider vinegar on and slap it right there on like the wart or whatever. Or if you have a photo shoot the next day, or a wedding or something, and you're like, are you kidding me? And there's like this massive, bulbous, huge, like volcanic looking zit right here in the middle of your forehead, front and center. No one should see me like this. You just take the ACV, put it on here, soak it, put it on your forehead, go to bed. That sucker will be gone the next morning. hopefully. And like I said, with sunburns, you can put about a solution of half ACV and half filtered water on one of these gauze pads and just kind of put it all over your face. It might burn a little bit to begin with, like I said, but it will alleviate the redness and it will alleviate the burning and also help to regenerate the next skin cell layer sooner. Oh, toner. That's the other thing you could do in these is just half, and then you can spray it on your face before you go to bed. That really helps. Or you can just put it on something like this and slather it all over your face. Gargling. Whenever I am sick or sick is impending and it's like flirting with me and I'm like, oh no, I feel a cold coming on, I will take my apple cider vinegar and shake and chug a little bit. I'm not drinking it, I'm gargling it. So it's probably about a tablespoon or so of apple cider vinegar. You gargle that sucker, go, like that for about 30 seconds and then spit it out. So it might feel a little burny, but that really helps to get rid of cold. I swear by this. A sanitizer. So this I already showed you guys. Instead of these extraordinarily toxic, chemically filled, cancer-causing, gross, I mean, they're beautiful, don't get me wrong, and they smell amazing, but these are the reasons, like whenever I walk into a gym and these Glade plugins just smack me in the face, I'm like, oh, and then I get this like immediate headache and my throat swells up and I'm just like, oh, and I can't get the smell out of my hair all day. It's all artificial junk. And those are the things that go straight into our sinuses and cause allergies and stuff like that. So get those things out of your house and instead, I mean, I've got a whole bunch of other tips. Like I use essential oils for that stuff, for like diffusers and things, but ACV does the trick too. So you could just get one of these, half ACV, half water, and just spray it throughout the room. It kills all the germs and the bacteria that are kind of floating, like the airborne stuff that you can use. I love this idea because it makes things a lot cheaper and just so much easier for shopping too. Is, you know, you go to the store and you buy the fruit and produce sanitizers, you know, the cleaners, and it costs like $4 or $5 for those things. Instead, what you can do is you can make sure your sink is all clean first, and you could actually clean it with apple cider vinegar first and some lemon. These have been around for a long time for, you know, cleaning modalities. Make sure your sink is clean. Plug one side of your sink up and fill it up with clean water, filtered water, not tap water, because tap water has not been filtered properly and it has a bunch of other pathogens. The pathogens we're trying to work to get rid of with ACV, right? So filtered water, again, I use my Berkey for this. And so you fill it all up, 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, you throw your produce in, maybe you just got back from the farmer's market, it needs to be cleaned, you let it soak for like 5 to 10 minutes, you come back and you just kind of brush them off a little bit with a vegetable brush and you're done. Let it soak and let it dry. That's it. So you don't need to spend a lot of money on all those fancy schmancy things. You can imagine all the unlimited options that you have for ACV. You could also clean countertops, you can clean floors, it's a sanitizer. Instead of using bleach, you can use ACV. I promise you guys, this is so much better for your health. Bleach is just a destroyer. It's like antibiotics and then you end up inhaling all that stuff and then we have less healthy bacteria that is our immune system. Healthy bacteria is our healthy immune system to help us fight disease and sickness and flus and colds and cancer and things like that. So as much as you could use this, I would buy it in the massive gallon sizes because you're going to be using a lot of it. Okay, let's move on to the very last one, which is the top 5 FAQs that I get and then where you can buy it, which is one of the FAQs.